Now let's return to our top story and President Trump issuing a fresh threat to target Nigeria if the Tinubu administration continues to allow the killing of Christians. In a video released on Wednesday on his social media platform, Truth Social, Mr. Trump pledged to do things to Nigeria that Nigeria is not going to be happy about. And once again, he threatened to go into what he called the now disgraced country, guns a-blazing. Our ICE correspondent Anieze Osakwe has been following the story all week, and she joins me again live from Washington, D.C. Thank you very much indeed for coming back to us. I do apologize. We had to hop over to grab the general because he was on his way out. But just clarify something for us, because we understand that the CPC designation compels, that's the country of particular interest designation, compels the US president to consult with the designated government, which is Nigeria, draft up a foreign policy action plan, consult with Congress about implementation within 90 days. I mean, what sort of movement has there been on that front?
I mean, pretty much like what you said, Charles, that's the extent that we know. As far as, what President Trump has said, his first comments about it back last Saturday, where he designated Nigeria as a country of particular concern, he reiterated those comments again in this new video that he posted overnight as well. And from what we understand, he called specifically on two officials, Representative Riley Moore, who's a Republican from West Virginia, as well as Tom Cole. And he basically told them to lead an investigation into the alleged slaughtering of Christians in Nigeria. So as of now, that's the extent that we know is happening. They're pushing forward in this investigation. I think one of them even replied to President Trump on X saying that, they're moving forward with it. So we'll let the investigation play out. I know that also Senator Ted Cruz is pretty eager for this investigation to play out as well, as he's expressed how happy he is that President Trump designated Nigeria as a country of particular concern after President Biden's administration removed that designation during their time. So, yeah, we'll see how this investigation plays out. And like you said, there's also that 90-day window as well. So we just have to kind of watch this play out over the next few weeks.
And of course, Anieze, we've been talking about this, you and a lot of other people, I and a lot of other people over the last few days, and emphasizing the fact that there are killings taking place in Nigeria of both Christians and Muslims. But has Mr. Trump coming out on a very big microphone, let me put it that way, and saying something about it been helpful? Because people globally, as well as here in Nigeria, are talking about it and debating the issue. I mean, is that moving things in a good direction, whether or not military action is eventually taken?
Absolutely. I mean, when this first started, it struck me because it's really not often that we ever hear the United States talk specifically about what's going on in Nigeria. I mean, Nigeria and the U.S. are allies, but it's rare. We have our own stories that we talk about on our networks, through our media. But when something catches the global community's attention in the way that this has, it definitely has kind of spurred a lot more people to become aware of what's going on. And while a lot of people are noting that it's both Muslims and Christians being killed alike, the fact that people are talking about it, the fact that the US, that China, that Europe are all essentially chiming in, and I'm sure, a number of other countries in the coming days and weeks may also chime in as well, it's significant. And it's been a very long time since something like this has happened. I mean, it is somewhat like apples and oranges, but this just reminds me of when Bring Back Our Girls first happened. And we had that, iconic picture of Michelle Obama holding the sign that said hashtag BBOG, Bring Back Our Girls. This isn't a similar situation, but it feels like a moment that the global community is taking note of something significant that's happening in Nigeria. And whether we like President Trump's brash language or not, he's brought it to the forefront. And now it feels like the Nigerian government can't ignore it any longer.
No, thank you very much indeed. We appreciate your coverage. Anieze Osakwe is a RISE correspondent. She's talking to me on the line there from Washington, D.C.